obviously back-to-back losses never feel good, but where do you kind of the mindset of your defense right now? Where's kind of the focus?
Next game.
Lately here in Vegas, 3rd and 19, rising is right on target. Money cards from 3. Dampier to the end zone. Oh, what an adjustment! Shot! It dropped by Lance Holtzclaw.
Double coverage of the pass is intercepted. Rock Caldwell picked it off.
And they say touchdown. Utah goes 3 wide here on 3rd and goal. They'll split out Parker as well. He's the 4th in the pattern.
Touchdown, Utah.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. We got a great one today. We got Darnell Jackson Jr., the Black Ranger, on the show today. We're very excited about it. Thank you for being here, man. How you doing?
Doing good, feeling good. So, everything going good today.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, before we get into anything else, I just had one burning question. That one was the Black Ranger. Where did that come from? How did that nickname start? When did people start calling you that?
Okay, so really like my actual nickname is D-Jack, but the Black Ranger came from I'm pretty sure 2024, like October-ish, for Halloween, stuff like that. I wanted to be different when I go to school and wear a costume. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna wear no Power Ranger suit, and like not like the old show at that. So I had wore the Black Ranger suit, and they was like, "What the heck?" And all the teachers like, "Oh, I like your costume," because no other kids gonna be like, "Oh, what is that?" So and then ever since then, I took it to a 7-on-7 tournament one time, and they was like, "Oh, that's unique." I'm like, I'm gonna keep on doing this then. So anytime someone would see me, he like, "Oh, that's the Black Ranger dude." So I just kept on having persona. So yes, sir.
I love that. That's sick. That's a dope nickname. We're excited to call you that. We're excited to call you that when you're catching touchdowns on the field. We'll be like, that's the Black Ranger. No big deal. But yeah, anyways, thanks, man. Kind of just diving right into it. So obviously you're one of the fastest guys in the state of Texas. It's crazy. Sure. You got crazy speed. So at what point did you kind of realize that you were like just way faster than everybody else? You know what I mean? Was there a specific moment that you realized that?
So I was always just faster than the other kids, no matter what it was, whether it was basketball and my first sport was soccer. So everyone thought I already played soccer before due to my stamina and my speed. But when I really realized I was really just fast was 7th, 8th grade track season. That's when I really realized I was fast, because my first time running track for school was 7th grade. And I didn't lose my first year. And I'm like, all right, next year probably be harder. And I didn't lose next year either. So it was just all right, yeah, I'm pretty fast then. So yeah. 7th grade, 8th grade is when I really realized I was fast. And then if I'm being honest, 10th grade track and football was all right, I'm fast. Because even on varsity, they couldn't touch me. So
yeah. That's awesome. No, yeah, it's one thing you look at you as a prospect, and the first thing that jumps out is just your speed. It's just you're crazy fast. So it's that's what you're always looking for. So, but yeah, anyways, take me back to when Utah first got involved with you, right? So it's when did that offer come? Kind of how did it play out, and when did it kind of become more than just an offer?
So Utah, it was more of the last bunch. So when I got my offer, people were like, Utah, you ain't gonna go to Utah. And I'm like, well, let me do my research on it first, so I can see what it's really about. And when I did my research, I'm like, oh, okay, this can really be a school for me that I can go to. Looking at all the the Big 12 and just how the city of Salt Lake is and stuff like that. So when I did my research, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can definitely come here for sure. Cool. For sure.
That's awesome. Hey, we're really happy that you did that research, because we're
yes,
happy to have you. So, but yeah, anyway, so you took an official visit. You talked about the city a little bit. What about kind of Salt Lake when you got here, or a moment on your visit where you hey, this is something special going on here?
So really when I touched down, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm this is good. I feel good about this place already, and I haven't been met other coaches yet. But really, what I can really say is stepping onto the field before the photo shoot. Before the photo shoot, when we stepped onto the field and I was looking around, I was like, nah, yeah.
You're
I
like,
can
this
see
is
myself catching touchdowns over here and stuff like that. I can hear
oh,
the fans and all that. Yeah, that was
yeah.
really stepping onto the field was really when I realized, all right, yeah, nah,
Yeah, we're
yes,
excited for
sir.
you to see the field when it's packed. It's crazy. It's
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
But yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I was curious. So Morgan Scally, he's obviously he's the guy. He's the program builder. He's the one that's in the building. What is he like behind the scenes?
Well, for me, every interaction was an interesting story. So he
Yeah.
is a very personable person. I can definitely say that. Like first time meeting him and really seeing what he's about and how he is and what stuff he likes and what stuff he doesn't like and stuff like that really
Mhm.
showed me like, all right, like this is not your ordinary coach. Like I can really see myself getting coached by him.
Yeah.
And knowing like his history behind Utah and how long he's been here and stuff like that, I can see his connection towards Utah. I can see that he wants Utah to be a big thing. So seeing
Mhm.
all that, like really, I was like, okay, yeah, nah, this is a coach I want to get coached by for sure.
That's
Yes,
cool.
sir.
That's really cool. And yeah, I mean it's a big deal, like the longevity and the amount of time he's been here. It's definitely special. So it's good to hear that like recruits are like hearing that, you know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
that's awesome. But kind of just going back to the coaching staff. So it's like Coach Bump. Obviously, I mean, we've talked a little bit. I had a chance to interview you before this.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm grateful for that. But you talked a little bit about Coach Bump. So what's if you want to just kind of like talk about that relationship a little bit, like what's he like?
So Coach Bump, like when I really just first talked to him, I felt like I already met him before. Like I felt like I already knew who he was before I even just talked to him. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the connection was already there in a sense. Like, oh no, yeah, I think I recognized this person before. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. But even then, like knowing that he went from Utah to his hometown in Mississippi to come back and coach for Utah shows you a lot. Because like a coach, when they get the chance to coach in their hometown, that's a big thing for them too.
Hmm.
But seeing that he wants to come back to Utah and help more back at Utah shows you like, okay, no, yeah, Utah, he's about the business for Utah. So
What's his vision for you? Like has he talked about that? Like how you're gonna fit in the offense, kind of stuff like that?
yeah, so he was saying that like, I'm gonna be more of like I'm gonna be playing both outside and inside, just because my speed, I can really play both.
Yeah.
And he always says like, your speed, man. Like not a lot of people have that in the Big 12, really just period.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing that he's been saying too. He's really want to use my speed to our advantage and stuff like that. So yes, sir.
And going back to your speed, it's obviously that's the highlight of you, but it's like there's a lot of other aspects to your game, right? So it's like
Yes, sir.
what do you think like kind of gets overlooked in your game? Because it's the speed jumps out, but like what else is there that maybe some people don't really have a key on?
So I would say there's two things. So the first thing I can definitely say is like my routes. Like people would say like, "Oh, your routes only look good because you're fast." But if you really get time to like slow down my routes and really see what I did, you'll be able to say, "Oh, okay, yeah, if he was slower, he still would be open." Like that's another thing too. Like people really don't really realize not only just how good my routes are, but how hard it is to run good routes when you're running fast at the same time. Because
Mm,
it's not that easy because you have to be able to stop on the dime without hurting yourself and stuff like that. So it's a lot harder to run routes faster than running a route just like a little bit slower than what I am.
mhm,
And another thing I can definitely say is my IQ, like through defenses. So like,
mhm.
sometimes when I'm studying film on a defense and you get to the game, they're not going to do the exact same thing that they don't film that exact day. So like, you never know. Like, let's say you see a linebacker for some reason goes to the middle, but then he just backs up instead when you're in an actual game. Like in the actual game, he doesn't back up to the middle. He goes
Yeah.
straight to the straight. He just goes straight back, and you're like, oh well. I mean, I didn't see this on film. Like, what is
Mhm.
this?
Yeah.
I'm able to really just, all right, he didn't go to the middle. Let me see. All right, I can go inside a little bit more, then go over him and sit right behind him and catch the ball. Not a lot of receivers are gonna be able to be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna just keep my route and just keep on running. Hopefully I get the ball. So
Yeah.
consider.
Oh, that's all. And I can tell just talking to you, you're a real smart guy. So it's like
Yes,
that
sir.
makes a lot of sense. So, but that's awesome, man. So, but yeah. Anyways, I don't want to take too much of your time, but I just had a couple more questions for you. So obviously going into your senior year, you got big goals. You're an elite player. What's some of your goals just going into your senior year?
Um, Well, my biggest goal, for sure, my biggest goal was to get 1,000 yards, like 1,000+ yards. That's my biggest goal, get 1,000+ yards. Due to like, the adversity I had to go through my last 2 years. If I can get 1,000+ yards, I'll be set. I'll be set for life, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing is a 1,000+ yards. And then the next thing is to show like I'm still one of the top receivers in Texas. I know there's the other big names like if they're a 4-star, 5-star, or Darnell's just fast, da, 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 da. But like I just want to show you like I'm still a receiver in Texas, and I'm still gonna be the best receiver in Texas once the football season come around.
I love that. I love that, man. That's awesome. And you talked a little bit about adversity. Do you want to kind of like talk a little bit about that and kind of how you faced adversity a little bit?
So the way I face adversity, so like my sophomore year on varsity, I was a backup to a receiver he was still a good receiver. Don't get me wrong, he was still a good receiver. It's just the fact that whenever I got the opportunities to get into the game, like there would be some people on the team that wouldn't trust me, and like they wouldn't really give me a chance until we needed the chance. So like for instance, like the third game of my sophomore season, I ain't gonna lie, we was getting beat pretty badly by the Woodlands, and it took for my team the team and the coaches to really see 43 seconds left in the game. They were like, you know what, just throw Darnell in there and try deep ball. Just try it. They tried it. I scored, and they were like, dang, we should have been doing this all game.
Yeah.
So it was just like, that's really one of the big things. And even then, they still didn't really trust me a lot, only because I'm a sophomore. I wasn't the biggest, of course, but I was definitely the fastest, but I just wasn't the biggest. I didn't have no experience. And then last year, the varsity that I went through was just at that point, like practice, we was running the ball a whole bunch, and we was doing 80% was running and 20% was throwing. And like a running back had 1,700 yards, so that shows a big thing too. He had almost 400 yards rushing inside of one game for playoffs and stuff like that. But that's another goal I have for at least for my school, like definitely for my school, is to get back into the playoffs, because people are doubting us, saying that we went the playoffs one year, we're never gonna go back. It was our first year going to playoffs this past year, and then they're not going back to the playoffs, but we're gonna go back to the playoffs for sure. So there's no doubt about it.
Let's go. Hey, we believe in it. We believe in it. Thank you for talking about that, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, I guess you kind of just to close it off, if you had to say like one message for Utah fans, that maybe don't know a lot about you, but what would you say to them?
So this is actually pretty funny. So me and my mom was actually talking about this like a little bit this week, asking me like, what would I want to say to the fans? What would I want the fans to know about me?
Yeah.
And asking my little brother, King, his name's King, he's 5 years old. He had said, ready, set, go. And that's like, I was like, that was perfect. When the fans should know is ready, set, go. Like
ready, set, go.
Yes,
I love
sir.
that. That's awesome. That's perfect, man. But yeah, no, that's a great message. Anyways, dude, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. We're super excited to have you, and yeah, just everything like that. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Hey, we'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you need anything.
All right.
All right, thanks, bro.
You can edit one part.